These are my daughter's Soundcore 20s. These are my old Soundcore 30s, and these are my Soundcore 45s. They've seen better days, so I thought it'd be a good time to step up my noise canceling headphone game. So I thought I'd try that with the Marshall Monitor 3s. What's going on, everybody? This is Lamar with MFN Research, and today we are taking a look at my first, I guess we'll call them premium noise canceling headphones. They are the Anker Monitor 3s. They're right here on my head right now. So we're just going to take a look at them and see what we think about them so far. So let's get it out the way. Two things. One, I bought these myself, and two, I am no audiophile, so I'm just going to give you the perspective from how I see it. Let's take a look at some of the features, and one of the biggest features that drew me to these headphones was the battery life. First off, you get 70 hours of battery life with active noise canceling on. It takes about 2.5 hours to charge them, and another cool thing is after about 15 minutes of quick charging, you'll get 12 hours of battery life. So just going through it, you've got 5.3 Bluetooth. In the box, you've got a USB-C charging cable and a USB-C to 3.5 millimeter audio cord. The travel case is small and compact, comes in with a red interior. There's no high-res codecs for those that means something to. So as far as buttons go, you've got your ANC button that allows you to toggle between ANC on, transparency, and off. You got your customizable button that allows you to either activate your voice assistant, change between your EQ presets, or activate Spotify. And then probably my favorite button is the multifunction button, and that button allows you to pause, play, skip a track, change the volume, power off the device all in one spot. Nice and intuitive. There's a function called Soundstage within the app that gives a perception of the music coming from a larger room, so you can toggle that back and forth to whatever meets your needs. You've got adaptive loudness to adjust based on your surroundings. You've got active noise canceling in transparency mode like I talked about, and then you've got multi-point connectivity between two devices. So now let's talk about what it's like to live with the features on these headphones. So as far as battery life goes, I think that was definitely the standout feature. Could use these at like a week at a time, if not more, a few hours a day, every day, if not more, and not have to worry about charging them. I've had these guys for about a month now, and I don't have to charge them too often. Maybe once every couple of weeks, if that, but the battery life definitely holds up to the claims. I haven't tried the quick charge function. I haven't needed it. The other thing about that is 12 hours after 15 minutes, man, that's great. Other than like a long flight or something like that, that'll probably handle most of a day's usage on these headphones. So battery is pretty strong on these guys. Another strong set to me is the looks and the build quality. I'm really liking the way the headphones are set up. They look really comfortable. There's no real creaking or anything like that. I love the faux leather look. I love just the way the headphones look. They give a premium look to them. They can be a little bit divisive for some people, but for me, I like how they look. So between the looks and the build quality, I think they're pretty solid. And so now let's talk about what it's like to travel with these guys. First up, I move the headphones around my neck because that's one of the things when I'm going in the airport or something like that, I like to wear them there, and they're being pretty comfortable wearing them like this. The cups aren't bothering me or anything like that. Definitely real comfortable. The case is nice and compact. It lets you fold the headphones up pretty small. It does protrude a little bit, but I think that's okay depending on what bag you carry. For any bag that I'm going to put them in, it's not a problem for me. So I think they travel really well. Thinking about the ear cups, they are really, really soft, really, really plushy. In some cases, it's almost too soft and too plushy. I'm a little worried that they feel a little too broken in, almost like a mattress that's a little old, or a real old yellow couch where they're really, really soft. They might not be firm enough for my knees long term, but I'm not really sure. It just gives me a little bit of a pause because they are so soft and so squishy. The headband, it doesn't have any kind of padding. It does have like a rubber band inside the main band, so it's kind of dual band, so that rubber band sits against your head. I don't have any hair on my head, so that sometimes can be something to worry about. But if I wear a hat or like my beanie, just like this, it's usually not a problem, and I don't have to worry about it, and it's pretty comfortable. I don't even know it's there. I can listen to it for hours at a time, just like this. So as far as noise canceling goes, I wanted to record these videos in the garage because this is where I listen to them at most of the time. This is my kind of man cave area. I sit back in here and have whiskey and cigars and stuff like that, and to keep all that from not staying in here, I have a air purifier, I have an inline fan, I have 2 fans, and when it's cold, I have a heater going. So that's the main reason why I want noise canceling headphones in here, to kind of block out some of that noise. And the Soundcores did pretty good at that. And these, they don't do as well as I like, and that's one of my concerns. They do the job, but just not as well as I would have hoped, especially for the price jump compared to the Soundcores. The transparency mode is good, it does the job. For me, transparency, I'm not super picky on that. The thing for me is, if somebody comes in the garage and asks me a question, can I hit the button, can I hear them? Yeah, without a doubt. So definitely does the trick. So as far as sound quality goes, I'm not a huge audiophile, or I don't have all the fancy gear like some of the headphone reviewers have. So you're just going to have to take my word for it, and I'll just try to describe it as the best I can with my experience. From what I could tell and what I decided to use for music, I'm a big nerd, so I decided to use anime openings because I thought that would give me a lot of variability between bass and instruments and orchestras and just different sounds, rapping, singing, highs, lows, just everything, yelling, screaming. And I thought that would be a good way to pick a few songs to get a feel for what these headphones can do. And what I found as far as the sound quality goes, it's crisp, it's clean, it's superb. The only area where I feel like the sound quality is lacking is in the bass. I found myself trying to turn up the bass a bit. Even with the bass boost on, it really felt a little lacking, and I had to double check a couple times to see if the song actually had bass in certain parts, and I checked that with other headphones. So that was probably the big thing. If you're not big on bass, then these headphones are great. If you like clear, crisp sound, then these headphones are perfect. But if you like that bass, you might have to look elsewhere. Hey, I hope you're liking the video so far. Don't forget to like, comment with any gear reviews you'd like to see in the future, and subscribe to MF for Research. Any support helps grow my little small corner of the EDC community. Now back to the video. So now we're going to spend some time and I'm going to walk you through the app. So looking at the app, I've got 37%, and that's plenty for a good little while. And let's just go through it. It's kind of basic in its layout. It's got the home. It's got an opportunity to explore options and products from Marshall, and then other features in the more, just some of the settings and things like that to check for, analytics, app language, and to check for the version to make sure you're up to date. So just going through the app, there's not a lot of tabs or anything like that. You just scroll to get through each of the features, and that's where you change your noise canceling controls, whether you have it off, on, or in transparency. And then you can change it to high. I usually have it high. And then you've got your equalizer settings, and it's just 2 presets that you're allowed to go through. You've got your Marshall setup. It's that premium Marshall sound that they talk about. You've got custom, you've got bass boost, you've got mid boost, treble, and mid reduction. Or you can just go in the custom and create your own. I mess with that a little bit, but I usually went from the Marshall to the bass boost is really what I had going. And then you've also got what your ANC button does. So you can have it to either just toggle back and forth between ANC and transparency, or if you don't need either one of those, you can have it off. Here is where you adjust what you can do with the M button. And those are just some of the features, not a lot, but just some of the things you can do just at the touch of a button. And then there's Spotify tab, which it's almost a duplicate thing. I guess it gets you set up. I don't use Spotify, so I don't use it, but it goes back with the M button as well. And then you've got your interaction sound, so it enables or disables your ANC with certain audio prompts. So I have that on, but it really doesn't make much of a difference for me. Notice the media information, that's where it will tell you what song is playing. It'll detect if the headphones are worn using autoplay or pause. I didn't really find that worked very well. It worked some of the time, but that was one of the things that I found kind of weird about it. That if I walked away from the headphones, like I'm in the garage, if I go in the house, I found that sometimes it would cut off a little bit. Battery preservation, I thought this was a cool mode. If you really want to extend that battery even more, I don't really have it on because the battery performs pretty great to me, at least right now, but you can extend that battery health by just changing some of the preservation modes to go to max. Mine is on none. You can change like the charging speed, the temperatures, and that just helps prolong the life of the battery. You've got your standby timeout functions, when to timeout, how long to timeout, and what to look for in that, and then just some of the firmware and stuff like that. So that's really the app in a nutshell. So last up, looking at these headphones, spending time with these headphones, my favorite feature is just the multifunction button. I love the way it looks. I love the way it functions. It's intuitive. It's easy. It's all the controls that you're going to use on your headphones. Just, listen to music, listen to podcasts, listen to YouTube videos. It's right there. And it just really common sense. I mean, it doesn't really take a lot of time to learn it. Within a few minutes, I was good and comfortable with it. So that's one thing that I really appreciate about these guys. So those are my thoughts on the Monitor 3s by Marshall. I'm no audiophile, but what I thought I would do is just give what I felt like living day to day with these headphones is like. If you have any questions and there's something I can help you with from a non-audiophile perspective, let me know in the comments and I'd be more than happy to answer any questions. As always, I'm Lamar with MFN Research. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and